we got to get into a tactical breakdown showing how Real Madrid will line up with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, I think it doesn't really matter who the manager is next season because I fully believe that whether it's Carlo Ancelotti or if it's Xabi Alonso, right, I believe that we will be running a back four. I think the squad that we have, there's no other formation that you'd be able to get the best out of our players. So what I want to do right now is build the starting 11. And then I also want to talk you guys through how I think we will play on the ball and how it will look off the ball as well. Now, if you don't agree with my formation, right, get in the comment section and let me know what you think would be different, right? But here's how I think that we're going to line up. And again, I don't think it really matters who our manager is. So our best 11, now that Trent Alexander-Arnold is a Madrid player, or will be, right? Because, okay. So in goal, we got to go Courtois, right? I mean, obviously, best goalkeeper in the world. At right back, Trent. Okay. At right center back, I think that Asensio needs to start. I think even when Militao covers from his ACL injury, there's no reason why Raul Asensio should be dropped. He's been our best defender this season, and who knows what other signings that we will make? Who knows who will be sold, right? So things can definitely change. But as things stand right now, I think Asensio needs to be starting, unless you're going to tell me that William Saliba will also be here next season. I don't see how Raul Asensio's position is getting threatened. Left center back, Rudiger, right? Follow me now. Left back, I think it'll be Mendy. And this is just with the squad that we have now. Again, I'm not factoring in other signings, right? Trent will be our right back. This has been the worst kept secret in world football. So I'm building this squad hypothetically as if he is the only signing that we're going to make. I don't want to speculate with transfer rumors. When another player gets signed, depending on who it is, and if a player gets sold, depending on who that is, then we'll revisit this tactical breakdown, okay? So just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Now, I think at left CM, we're going to go Jude. I think in the 6, you got to go Tchouaméni, right? Tchouaméni's been phenomenal at DM. I don't care what anybody tells me. One of the best DMs in the world, right? Jude, don't worry. It all makes sense. Right mid, you got to go Valverde. Now, right wing, Rodrigo, right? I don't think any of these players are leaving, by the way. I know that there's links with Rodrigo to like Liverpool and other clubs. Bro, he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. Mbappe in the 9. And then Vinicius on the left, right? So this is what I think our 11 will be like next season. Now, you could say a 4-3-3. You could do a 4-2-3-1. Whatever you like, right? As long as it kind of follows like the same model. Does that make sense? So I fully do think that whether it's Xabi or Carlo, this will be the 11. Now, how I see, and by the way, look at this fucking starting 11. Imagine being upset with Trent because he left to join this when your club is unambitious, when he's seeing the other star players whose contracts are running down. Konate, his deal runs out after next. Imagine being mad at Trent saying no or Trent leaving for this. Come on, bro. Stop it. Anyways, I believe that it will be a 4-3-3, and I think this is how we will line up off the ball, right? I think when other teams have the ball, it'll be more like a 4-4-2, right? Let's kind of do like the breakdown right here, right? I think when we're defending, when we're chasing, I think that will look like this, right? Now, we know that Rodrigo he does a lot of dirty work, right? Rodrigo's a runner. This guy, he tracks back, right? Puts in a great shift most games. And I think we'll keep Vinicius and Mbappe up front, right? I think Tchouaméni may drop a little bit deeper. Valverde will be like about right here, aligned with like Jude. It'll be something like this, off the ball. This is how I see it kind of being, a 4-4-2. Now, I think when we have the ball, and I'm hoping that next season is much better than this one, right? Because this season, our style of play has been shit. Like, we have looked so dead. And I think for all the talent that we have, we should be doing a much better job on the ball. We should be dominating possession. We should be the team dictating the tempo more times than not. So I think this is how we'll look off the ball. Now, on the ball, when we are attacking, I think, right? So now we have the ball, right? Vinicius goes back to the left. Rodrigo, okay, he runs back up here. I think Jude is kind of still staying in like this area. I think that Jude will operate a lot from like that left attacking mid kind of role right here, right? We'll have Tchouaméni, who obviously, as the DM in the team, he has to stay back a little bit. He can't really get forward as much because now if he gets forward and then if we lose the ball, counterattack, it could be long. I think it'll be like this. And now I think this becomes a back three. So now I think when Trent is advancing forward, right? And now Trent is going to overlap Rodrigo. This is going to be deadly. It's going to be, I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now. Or I even think, right, even if Rodrigo stays on the right and if he's out wide, whoever's out wide, Trent can even invert, right? But I think it'll be a 3-4-3 because now when Trent is getting up the pitch, right, even if he's advancing, right, Valverde knows enough that now Valverde will drop. And then, again, this could allow space for Trent to run into that midfield, receive it from Rodrigo, could take a shot from outside the box, whatever, right? But, again, I'm telling you, there will be a system that will cover for Trent's defensive mishaps. We all know, again, Trent is not the best defensively. We all know that he is world-class for what he offers us on the ball. So, again, when we're on the ball, let's say 4-3-3, right? Let's talk through it again. Trent Tchouaméni is going to stay a little bit deeper. Jude advanced, right? I think Valverde will be like this. And then when Trent overlaps, Valverde is going to drop. If Trent inverts, Valverde will drop. And then even if he doesn't drop, even though I think it would kind of make some sense to let him drop, but not every single time, right? But let's say if it becomes a 3-4-3. Now, look, we've done a back line this season, and it was awful. I think we did a back line against Celta Vigo. And, yeah, they were cooking us. They were cooking us. But to be honest, we've just not been playing that good this season. But I think even in possession, it could be a 3-4-3. And this is now where you can talk about, okay, well, Xabi Alonso, right? Like, this is how Xabi Alonso likes to line up on the ball. We've seen him sometimes run a back four. But I think by you adding Trent, you can't just have him at right back like solely, right? You have to give him a little bit of freedom if you want to get the best out of him. And I think that if Carlo's our manager, especially if Carlo is there, who knows what's going to happen? But if Carlo is our manager, then 100% Trent will be given that freedom, right? Like Trent will be allowed to overlap, right? We all know that Carlo, no tactics, no adjustments, just eyebrow raises, the power of friendship, individual brilliance, and vibes. But I think Trent will be given a little bit of freedom, right? We've seen Danny Carvajal, up and down this right wing. And again, I think like that's what Trent's gonna have to do. Now, again, he's nowhere near the player that Carvajal was right now, but he is better on the ball than Carvajal. But defensively, he's not as solid. But yes, I think off the ball, again, off the ball, I believe it'll be a 4-4-2. I'll set it up again with Vinicius and Mbappe up front. Now, when we're on the ball, I think it goes to a 3-4-3, right? Where Valverde is going to cover for Trent, and then I think it'll look like this. I feel like this is the way to go if you are Real Madrid. Like, there's no other way that I think you can get the best out of all of the players that we have available. And then even if you don't want Tchouaméni there, you could put Camavinga. Same shit. Same thing. The biggest issue that we're going to have is literally just chemistry. We're going to need these players to build chemistry. So I hope that Trent is going to be available for the Club World Cup, because that's going to essentially be our preseason, is the Club World Cup, right? We still need to win that. That's going to be a major tournament, but I think that will be a great competition to where he's playing at a very high level in a Madrid system, and then we'll be able to see how it works, because that will be the earliest opportunity that we'll get to see him play for us. So again, 3-4-3 off the ball, 4-4-2 on it. This is the way. Look, I'm telling you, Madrid just needs to hire me. I would have us winning every single game like 8-1, 8-0. We would be playing some sexy football. Word. But nah, what do you guys think about how I think it'll be tactically with Trent? Like, do you agree, or do you think there's something else that we should be doing instead? Let me know in the comment section.